Hallo und herzlich willkommen. That means hello and welcome. My name is Lara and today we're back with part 2 of our Drinking Around the World in the UK series. Like I said in last week's video, I split this up into 2 parts just so it doesn't get out of hand. If this is the first time you see me or you see this series, please go check out the first part of this video and also my introduction video. I'm gonna link both of them up here for you to check out. So just so you know what we're talking about, but just in short, I'm meeting with ex-CRPs, having a drink from their country, and talking about their pavilion. I met with Bradley and Sophie. It was super fun with them. They also have a podcast, so you should go and check that out. And please consider liking and subscribing. It would really mean a lot to me. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Have fun.
I mean, there has been that question quite a lot though, and it was a conversation that we had with our leaders quite a lot while we were in on our program about how if there was a Scottish referendum, because that is something that is constantly being spoken about, would Scotland be removed from the UK pavilion? And that is a very big possibility. Like the World Showcase is about authenticity. Whether they definitely haven't got space to build a whole Scotland pavilion. So whether they just like merge it anyway, I'm not
They
sure.
might get an outpost like Africa. They might throw us something. Who knows?
But yeah, like that is a very big question that one day might be something that Disney have to answer to, you know?
What was your favorite moment that happened while you were working? So like during a shift?
Obviously, as servers, we can really make a bond with our guests, and we're really lucky. I had a table. It was a gran and grandpa, and they were like 60, 70 years old. They were both so sweet. They were just came in for a fish and chips. They shared a fish and chips and some tap water. So they were just chilling out. It wasn't like a table that I was like I said, I'm not money hungry. I don't care. I just love chatting to people and making friends. So I was like, they're sharing the fish and chips. They're only having a nice war. I don't care. So I was like making time to talk to them because I didn't have that many tables. So luckily I could actually make that bond with them. And they were telling me that they are going to be grandparents soon. And I was like, oh, that's exciting. They were like, yeah, it's our first ever grandchild. We can't wait. And I was like, oh, during their meal, we were chatting, they got a phone call. So I was like, I'll leave you to it, guys. I'll come back. I come back and she's crying. And I was like, are you okay? And she was like, we found out we're having a granddaughter. She's having a baby girl during that meal. So I was like, that's so special. And I don't know, it just meant so much to this couple. So I went backstage, I did them like a menu, I wrote, everyone signed it, and I wrote, congratulations, it's a girl. I got them some stuff from the UK, and I gave it to her, and the grandmother was crying again. And the old gentleman, her husband, asked, can we take a photo? And I was like, yeah, of course. But it was a digital camera, like it wasn't a phone. I never ever expected to see this picture again. So we took this picture holding the menu. Never expected to see this photo again in my life. They obviously left. We had a lovely interaction, and she was like, stay in touch. I was like, oh, I don't have your contact, but I would if I could. We were like having a great time. 2-3 weeks later, I got called into the office, and my manager had the picture printed out in a letter. The daughter, who was having a baby girl, obviously the family had showed her the pictures, and they told the daughter. She was like, this is so special, and she obviously was better with technology. She emailed Disney the photo and the letter from the family saying that small interaction made them so happy, and they framed the menu that said, congratulations, it's a girl. So I still have that letter in my memory box, and it's just such an amazing, those little things, like honestly I'm tearing up just thinking about it, because it's those like little things that make everything about being a cast member worth it. I actually had another couple that I spoke to, had pictures with, didn't ever think like I would ever hear from them again. They told me they were going to Alani, and I was like, that would be my dream. And I joked, and I was like, oh, send me a postcard from Alani. They were like, we will. I was like, haha. They sent me a postcard from Alani to the Rose and Crown. And Erin, my leader, who's amazing, she called me into the office, and she was like, I have a postcard from Alani for you. And it was Stitch in his lei. And I have this picture. It's like a hand-drawn picture postcard from the resort in my memory box. And they were telling me all about their trip to Alani, what it's like, because I told them how much I'd love to go. So it just makes it all worth it, you know.
Yeah.
Guests don't realize how much magic they make to us, as because they think it's us making magic to them, but actually I'm still tearing up. Oh my gosh. And this isn't even a podcast, and people are going to see this. But people, yeah, they don't realize like how much magic that the guests make for the cast members. And yeah, that's mine.
That's so cute. Oh my god.
There was quite a weird thing that happened to me many times on my program. I don't know if anyone that is watching this will know who James Corden is, but for some reason everybody thought that I looked like James Corden. Not people I worked with. Do you know James Corden, Laura?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I personally don't see the resemblance other than the fact like I have a bit of a chubby face and blonde hair. I'm like, what else is there to this comparison? And it would happen so much where people would literally say, oh my God, are you related to James? I'd be like, who's James? And be like, James Corden. Like, I wish I was related to James Corden. Like, I wouldn't have to worry about coming to Disney World anymore. Like, he'd be paying for my tickets all the time. But no, we and this one time, I think it was one of the last times it happened on my program, and I had these three lovely old ladies, and I heard them like whispering about something, and I was like, they was like, we think you're so sweet. You are the sweetest guy we've ever met. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. That's so adorable. And they were like, what do you do? They was like, do you do something at home? Like, how can we like keep up with you? And while I was in my program, I was doing like a vlog channel. I was working on like a little bit of a YouTube channel, and I vlogged pretty much my entire program. And I said, well, I'm running a vlog channel at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to continue when I get home, but if you want to check it out, I can like give you my name. There was like, oh my God, here's my phone, take it. And they've given me the phone. And at the top of the search history was James Corden. It's like they'd evidently had this conversation where I liked it and typed in James Corden to have a look at him. And
Did he like...
I've gone to type in something on their phone and it was James, and I was like, here's my name.
I am not James Corden.
No, I mean, I had plenty of really nice moments. So I had one of my first, I think it was my first server shift after I finished my training. I had guests that obviously you just finished your training, you want to make magic so much, you're so stressed as well. I had these guests that sat on the table the whole time, which when you have served for a while, you do want to turn tables, especially if you're in a firework table like area. You do want to turn your tables. That's just a fact, because you not only do you want as many guests to experience the food and the experience as possible, also it's nice to like get more tables out of a night than just one that sits there for like 5 or 6 hours straight. But yeah, this one table, they said to me like, we don't want to move. Like, what can you do for us? I was like, as long as you're ordering something, like, I'm not going to have a problem with it. Like, I don't care about what you're ordering. I was like, this is my first shift. Like, just order something so my managers aren't like, you need to kick them out. And at the end of the night, they were so nice to me. And the guy actually worked at SeaWorld, not to bring the SeaWorld controversy into this, but he worked at SeaWorld, and he like asked for my email address. He wanted to send me a free annual pass for SeaWorld and Busch Gardens because I still had 6 months left of my program, and he did, and I got a free annual pass for SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, which was crazy. It was so crazy, and he was so lovely. Do you know what? I'm actually going to email him after this because I never actually got to see him after that. And you know when you think like, oh my God, I should
email them. Yeah. Being with Disney, you're actually not supposed to like accept stuff because obviously, especially money, like if you're not in a tip position, you can't accept money. But I had a lady, and I was a seater at this point, so quick service role, and I was like fresh out of training. I think I was still training. I had my earning my ears on my name tag, and I was seating her at a table in the Rose and Crown, and this person who was a server is a YouTuber, so the table was quite excited already that one of the members of the party was excited they were getting served by a YouTuber, but the other lady of the party, she was just like chill, she wasn't bothered, so she was like chatting to me as I was seating them, and she was like, oh, you're in your ears? I was like, yeah. So I was explaining like how it works, and she was like, so you're actually all from the UK? And I was like, yeah. So she was like, da, 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 da. And I was like, I love your ears, because she had like these macaron, however you say it, ears from France, because France is her favorite pavilion. And we were talking away, and I was like, oh, I've got so many ears. I was like, I love Minnie Mouse ears. We're just like talking, and later on I kept walking past them because I was like seating other tables, and she said to me, and I was like, me? I was like, why me? Like, why do you want me to come over? She was like, I need to ask you questions. She asked me another question. I think it was about my highlighter, which I don't know whether you're allowed to wear highlighter at Disney. I don't think we're supposed to. And I was like telling her where I got it. So we're like, the whole time she was there, every time I walked past, we would have a small interaction. At the end, I was at the podium and she came up to me and she was like, took her ears off and she said, I want to give you my ears to add to your Minnie Mouse collection. I would love to know you're enjoying this year in Disney World, getting to wear my ears. She's like, so take so many pictures. I want to see them all on Instagram. She followed me on Instagram. I obviously asked permission if I was allowed to keep them because and at that point I was so new, and they were like, yeah, of course, they're handmade ears, it's fine. Like Disney aren't like, they're human, they're like, you can keep them. So I got to keep these handmade ears and I still got them. So yeah.
That is so cute. Oh my god. And something that happened while you were not working, so as a guest maybe, or outside of Disney?
I'll give an overall experience of so one of obviously the perks of being a cast member is that you do get discounts on a lot of things, which is really awesome. And one of the things I took advantage of was the cruise line discount. And I'd been on a very small, I think 2-night, 3-day cruise with my family on a Royal Caribbean ship a few years ago. And I was never into cruises because I was like, I don't want to die on the Titanic. Like that was like where my head was at, so like naively. But me and 3 other friends from my program did a Disney cruise right at the end of my program, and we went on the Disney Fantasy. We did 7 days, or 7 nights, 8 days on the Fantasy. We went to Tortola in the British Virgin Islands, St. Thomas in the US Virgin Islands, and the Bahamas, Castaway Key. And oh my God, like, it is something every cast member, if you get the opportunity to do it, should do, is a Disney cruise, because they are so expensive to do as not a cast member. It is really rough going on one and not being able to go on as easily again because the discount is so good. But I just had the best time. I had the best cast members. I think because these cast members as well are on a ship all the time, when they see another cast member, it's like, oh my God, like this is great. Whereas I would find at times I would go to parks and use my cast member discount, show my blue ID, and sometimes cast members would frown upon it a little bit, sometimes annoyingly. I not frown upon it, but would be the magic switched off a little bit, which would frustrate me. Which would frustrate me a bit because I'd be like, I would never treat when I had a cast member and a blue ID, I'd be like, oh my God, where do you guys work? How's it going? Like, tell me everything. I wanted to know everything because I'm in their shoes, but I sometimes felt like that wasn't the same reverse. But on the cruise line, every single cast member that I interacted with, and I was pretty open about the fact I was a cast member as well. We went to Paolo, which is one of the signature restaurants on board. They have to pay a little bit extra for. I remember the cast member being so incredible and just so good with us, and he was so interested about our programs we had done, and yeah, just the entire experience of doing a cruise on a Disney cruise line was just amazing. And with the podcast, we've got so many, just a minor plug, we've got loads of cruise line episodes. If you want to hear about cruise lines, go and check it out. But more importantly, the reason I bring it up is because like it becomes so tempting to go and work on a cruise ship with Disney for a while, because as much as it's hard, the hours are long, the work social life balance is very off balance, but it's okay because you are working with Disney. It still seems like such a temptation to do. So that was definitely like my highlight of being on my program, I think. Other than the people I met, obviously, but like outside of work, the cruise was just incredible.
I agree with that. I woke up on my birthday in Castaway Key. Like, that's insane. I was on the Disney Dream with one of my closest friends, Sabrina, and I woke up on my birthday in Castaway Key. Like, how insane of a Disney birthday is that? And that night, I think it was like pirate night on the ship. I think that's like on your birthday, because I remember they were all like clapping pirate outfits. Like, it's insane. So I would agree with that. But I had been going to Disney World since I was young, and the Spirit of Aloha dinner show was so high on my list. I never got to experience it before because it's so expensive. So again, using the cast member discount, discount. I actually ended up going 3 times. I love the Spirit of Aloha. And again, not to plug the podcast, but we have been so lucky to speak to members from the Spirit of Aloha show and learn so much more about it. Like, that show is just so much more than you see on the surface level. There's so much you're learning about Hawaiian culture, and honestly, it's stunning. So I would say definitely, like Bradley said, using the cast member discount to experience the perks, getting to do a backstage tour of one of my favorite rides, which is Kilimanjaro Safaris. I got a backstage tour of that, and the driver on the truck, it was his last day. He was retiring, so we were his last ever safari. So we learned so much, had an amazing experience with him, and yeah, it's just Disney are so good to their cast members. There's so many opportunities that you can get with Disney, be that like school, learning with school, doing these backstage tours, discounts, all these extra little added things that they don't have to do. Disney don't have to do that, but they do. And it brings the magic to not only the guests, but to the cast members.
Also going to shout out Hoop-de-Doo as well as like my all-time favorite thing to do on property. Like, I don't even need to go to the park. Like, take me to Fort Wilderness, Hoop-de-Doo review. Like, I could go to all 3 shows and I'd be absolutely fine with it. Like, absolutely obsessed.
I really like regret not going to more like dinner shows. Like, I went to a lot of restaurants, but I don't think I never went to like any of the dinner shows.
Oh, next time you go, Hoop-de-Doo and Spirit of Aloha, get them on the list.
Okay. I'll remember this. Editing Lara will write this down.
Yes.
What's your favorite Walt Disney World park?
Oh, it's so horrible because we asked this question and I hate being asked it back. I think I have to say Magic Kingdom. Oh, yeah.
He's basic.
I'm so basic, but it has to be Magic Kingdom. Oh, God, it's so hard. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Magic Kingdom. Did you see the pain there? Like, it was painful. Because I love them all for their own reasons. I really do, especially now Hollywood Studios having Star Wars. I've recently become a big Star Wars fan, so huge fan of Galaxy's Edge. Epcot is my home park. I probably spent most of my days up at Animal Kingdom, but Magic Kingdom just has like the ripest memories for me. It just is my happy place. When I'm sad or having a down day or just need to spruce myself up a little bit, I just picture myself in the Magic Kingdom doing what I want to do, and that's whether that's riding Space Mountain, sitting on the hub grass, going into the Emporium and battling through the crowds of guests that also want to get a new Spirit jersey. Like, there's so many things that the Magic Kingdom just brings happiness to me with. Country Bed Jamboree, Tiki Room. I could go on. I could list everything. Like, I love it all so much. She's not a fan of Country Bed Jamboree, but I love the Country Bed Jamboree. But yeah, the Magic Kingdom is just like will always have such a special place in my heart when it comes to Disney World.
Okay, unpopular opinion, but I don't like Magic Kingdom. Like, obviously, like, I like Magic Kingdom, but I think it's my least favorite park.
Wow.
It's so stressful. You know, like, I go to Magic Kingdom and I come home and I just want to sleep for 2 days. It just, I don't know, it stresses me out.
I get that.
Yeah. Okay.
Shocking, but I get it. I would say Animal Kingdom. I'm very open about that being my favorite park. I love the vibe as soon as you walk in. As a cast member working there, it's very chill, and as a guest, it's very chill. I love Lion King, Finding Nemo, the rides, Kilimanjaro, like the photo spots. Like, people forget there's so many beautiful photo spots. There's the walls of Animal Kingdom that I just think are so underrated. The food, you've got Harambe Market, people totally sleep on that. If anyone is listening and wants to go to Animal Kingdom, there's a gorgeous spot right next to Tusker House. They sell like these elephant ears like cakes, but they also sell a breakfast wrap which has got goat's cheese, spinach and scrambled egg all mixed together. That before a show of the Lion King, what else do you need? Like, come on. Animal Kingdom is just always going to have a big place in my heart. But saying that, as a kid, my favorite part was always Epcot.
Yeah, I agree with Animal Kingdom. Like, also, I think the cast members in Animal Kingdom are the best cast members. Like, 100%. Like, they're relaxed. They make so, like, I think most of my magical moments are from Animal Kingdom, and then the characters there are so amazing because the lines are always quite short, so they like take the time to meet you, not like in Magic Kingdom where they go like hi and then take a picture and then they're like bye. It's very annoying to get to. It takes
Uber.
Yeah.
Just get an Uber.
Always an Uber.
True.
The Contemporary. They ask you, I'm getting a reservation. I've got a reservation at the Wave. Cool. Okay. And they're just.
You're incriminating yourself. Like, stop saying these things. Disney are gonna be like, another program, you wish, mate.
I do go to the Wave. I at least pop in and see if they've got any space, you know?
Maybe
Maybe.
you can go resort hopping, like that's not illegal. You can just like be like, I really want to see the Contemporary today because it's like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, but like the Contemporary, sorry. Like, no.
I was so lucky to stay there for a night in club level for my 6-month anniversary of that's something I don't know if the Germans do that, but we do that in the UK. We celebrate our 6-month like 6 months of being on the program.
So bougie.
So bougie. And yeah, me and my rugby group stayed at the Contemporary, and it was so fantastic.
We've
So
been very lucky. Like, we've stayed together, me and Bradley, we both stayed Grand Floridian club level, Polynesian club level, I've done Wilderness Lodge club level, you've done Beach Club. We both stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge multiple times.
Yeah.
Like, we've been very lucky in terms of utilizing that. Not normally, like, we've utilized that discount. We check like, when is it cheap? Like, we'll go, we're not like paying full price. Like, let's be real.
yeah.
I never did a single staycation. I know.
No,
You guys want to know? You guys want to know what I did for my 6-month anniversary? I got the letter like from Disney that I was going to be sent home.
No, that's so sad.
I think like it was like around that day that
Oh,
we got the email.
I'm so sorry. I want nothing more than the people.
And you literally just like, I sent the Contemporary for mine.
No, don't. I sound so mean now. I sound so like.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But no, I want nothing more than the people that
Got sent home.
Yeah, to end up on another program as soon as possible.
Yeah, a lot of like Germans DM me on Instagram. I'm sure you guys get this too, and like ask questions about the program. And I feel so sorry for them because I texted with 2 girls and they were supposed to come in like August, and I was like supposed to meet them because I was still going to be there, but they never went. And right now it's like really sad that they don't really get an information about like what's going to happen, and we don't get any information.
No one's got, even Disney, they don't even know. Like, that's the thing is, people can be like, why do we not hear anything? Why? But how are they supposed to communicate when they don't know themselves? Like, nobody, this pandemic is crazy. Like, no one knew that this would have such an effect to today.
Yeah. I remember like when we got sent home, we thought we were going to go back. Like, we 100% thought we were going to go back in 2 weeks. I'm hoping like Disneyland Paris is supposed to open on April 2nd. So
I'm literally, I don't care if I've got no money. I'm going straight there. I don't care.
Boris says otherwise, Hannah, don't think you're allowed yet. Boris will be at that Eurostar tunnel like, nope.
Literally.
But like, I have semester holidays like starting next week, so I can go. If Disneyland Paris actually opens in April, I can actually go. Like, I have time and I have some money saved up, so I should be fine. I really want an annual pass for Disneyland Paris.
Same, like, we should do that.
But like, it's like 10 hours for me. You know, the thing is like, I don't have a problem like paying the annual pass, but then I have a problem like driving 10 hours and like having to pay for gas. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's like another 6 years.
Get 4 friends together, sorted, split the gas.
But then like, I have no friends. Well, I have friends, but I don't think they will go with me.
We'll meet you there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll
but
be there, Laura.
You can't split my gas. Like, we're coming from completely different directions, but thank you. Cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Would you guys do the CRP again?
Yes. Easy to explain. Yes.
I was you know, I was, before COVID, I was very career driven. very much like after my CRP, I came back and I felt like my friends at home had moved on into careers, and I felt like I had to follow suit. Since COVID, I've literally said, screw that. If I want to do, don't get me wrong, if I ended up in a situation where I was in a job that I was absolutely obsessed with and I was going to work every day loving my life, I was in a relationship that ended up happening and I was in love and it wouldn't work that way, there's definitely conditions. If I'm in the place I'm in right now and the CRP opened and I had an opportunity to go, 100%. Because I think my advice to anybody that thinks a career and the future is the most important thing, I say, please reevaluate your thought process, because you do not know what is around the corner, and go and make the most of your life. Go and make the experiences. A paycheck is a paycheck at the end of the day. You're going to die with that paycheck. Like, go and live your life with the experiences. It's better to die with those than to die with money in your bank.
I agree. Two of my friends, they're in like really serious relationships. They're moving in together, and I just came back from Disney, and I feel like Disney is like a big part of my personality right now. So like it's, I don't know, like if someone asked me like who are you? I'm like, well, I used to work for Disney and I'm hoping to go back at some point, and that's it's kind of crazy.
But when you think that you finished in 2020 and you're saying that it's proof for you that feeling doesn't go away when we came back in 2018.
Yeah.
It's years away from that. Like, we are still saying the same thing today. That feeling doesn't go away.
No, I know. And like, I know I annoy people with like how much I talk about Disney, but then it's like, like,
if you don't want to hear it, don't talk to me. That's what I say. Like, get out of my space. Like, this is my zone. If you want in, cool, you're welcome. If you don't talk to me. Like, that's the way I see it.
Good. I have one last question, and I kind of stole this question from you guys. So if you could spend you get a full day, okay? If you could spend one full day at Disney right now, what would you do? Like a full day, COVID doesn't exist, like it's 2018, well, it's 2020, like everything's open.
But we ask this question every day.
I know. And I'm sorry I stole it from you.
No, it's good. It's just hard for us to answer because we hear so many ideas. We're like, oh yeah, I would do that. And then I'm like, what would I pick? I think I've got an answer. Okay, so I am waking up at the Polynesian. I'm waking up there. Great views. I'm gonna start my day with a pineapple Dole Whip, maybe a bit of rum in it because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm gonna start my day like that, 9 a.m. Who cares? It's the new mimosa. I'm then gonna go straight to the Magic Kingdom because I'm close by. Oh no, I'm not. I lied. I'm not going to the Magic Kingdom first. I'm sorry, I'm lying. I'm going straight to Animal Kingdom. I'm getting the bus to Animal Kingdom. I am doing Kilimanjaro. I'm doing Everest. I'm doing Lion King and Nemo. I'm doing everything I want to do in Animal Kingdom. I'm not going to eat a lot. I might have a snack here or there, but I'm saving myself. Then I'm getting back to Magic Kingdom. I'm watching Festival of Fantasy. That's a big one. I'm doing Laugh Floor. I'm doing My Side, Move It, Shake It Parade. I'm doing the character meet and greets that I want. Then evening rolls around. I'm jetting out, heading to Spirit of Aloha. I'm watching the Spirit of Aloha dinner show, having all the sangria, all the cocktails, all the food. And then I'm going to watch Happily Ever After from the beach of the Polynesian.
I think I would have to say I'm going to go to...
You're waking up at Vista Way.
Do you know what? I'll take it at this point. I'll take it.
Yeah.
No, I would wake up in Port Orleans Riverside. It's one of my favorite resorts. I love it so much. I'd wake up in Port Orleans, go and grab a croissant from the quick service or a Mickey waffle or something like that. Get the boat over to Disney Springs. Go and have a mingle around Disney Springs, pop into Walt Disney, maybe go and have like an early lunch at Blaze or Deluxe, depending how I'm feeling, because I love both of them equally. Get the bus over to the beach club pop into the beach club, just pop through the beach club just to smell it, because it's literally the best smell in the world. Pop into the UK Pav, see my Karen, my wonderful Karen. I'm not just saying like a random Karen, like she's one of the cool.
We love her.
Karen is my human. I love her so much. And just have a little wander around World Showcase, maybe get a couple of drinks, maybe pop on Soarin' if I've got time, and then get the monorail over to the TTC, head over to Fort Wilderness for Hoop Do Review, get the boat over to Magic Kingdom, go and do a couple of rides, and then watch Happily Ever After.
Nice. I'm very surprised of how little park time you have in your like perfect day, but
I'm also surprised as well. But do you know what? Like, I think the thing that I've learnt most about myself is I love the Disney parks so much. But the next trip I do, I want to make sure that I don't take away from what Disney World is on a whole as well. Like, if I got like 3 days in the parks, I'd be more than grateful for that, because I can hit everything I want to hit. But like, I love the resorts as much as I love the parks. I spent so much time in the resorts on my program. I love Disney Springs so much. Hangar Bar, Deluxe, Blaze, even the cinema, like Splitsville. There's so many awesome things in all of these locations in Disney World. And when like friends and family say to me, I'm going to Disney World, tell me what I need to do, I'm like, the parks don't even come into it until much later on, because I'm like, you're obviously going to go on Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain, blah blah blah, all this crazy stuff. Like, you're going to go to the parks and do all that.
Yeah.
You need to know what else you need to hit that is really cool, that the resort on a whole has to offer, you know. But don't get me wrong, like, in reality, if I was there, I'd probably be like 4 days, one park, 1 day, 4 parks 1 day. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Hopefully everyone watching your videos and everyone listening to our podcast is getting a little bit of Disney magic where they can, and hopefully, be that if you're a guest, be that if you're an ex-cast member wanting to go back, that we're all back in the parks as soon as possible, making that Disney magic or experiencing that Disney magic. But yeah, thank you so much for asking us to come on, because this is so different. We're like buzzing to get to do something different.
Yeah, it was weird for me to be like with you, because I was on the other side of this, so I'm guessing it's probably weird for you guys too.
So,
it is
so strange. And like, I just want to basically echo what Sophie said there. They're like, thank you so much for having us on. It's really a privilege to be able to ask to come on to somebody else's project as well. And at the end of the day, all we're all trying to do is keep our spirits alive. Like you said, Disney is such a huge part of our personalities on a whole as cast members and ex-cast members. So whether we can't play in the parks, can't work in the parks at the moment, it's important that there's so many of us that continue to drive the magic home, whether that's by an Instagram post, a podcast, a vlog, whatever you can do. Just keep hanging on to that community, because we'll all be back doing what we love most sooner rather than later.
We have to ask though, did you like the cider and black?
Yes, it was good. Yes,
There we go.
I think I have like a whole bottle of this, so I guess I'll have it again at some point.
There we go.
This is turning out to be a very expensive
Yeah.
like, I have to buy so many things. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check these two out on Instagram. I'll link them down below, and their podcast and everything. And yeah, have a magical day.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, check out all of our socials. I'm gonna link them all down below, but you just saw them on the screen, so go ahead and scroll back if you want. But anyway, if you watched till here, comment something fun you know about the UK. It doesn't have to be about the pavilion, because I know not everyone knows like fun facts about pavilions, but comment something you know about the UK. Maybe you're from the UK and you can tell me something fun. That would be amazing. I will see you next Friday with a new video. Auf Wiedersehen. Stay magical.